I used to idle for comfort until I learned two things. Modern fuel injection doesn't need it, and my driveway became a soft target with the engine running. The bonus? Some regions can fine you for that habit. If that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. I'll show you the safe, fast warm-up modern engines prefer, why restarting after a short stop isn't the problem people think, and the winter swaps, block heaters, preconditioning for EVs, smart defogging that cut emissions and keep you safer. Let's replace 10 minutes of idle with a better 2-minute plan. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Your warm car feels safe. So why do police and insurers call a running driveway car a target and a hazard? You know the routine. You start the car, crank the heat, then pop back inside for a quick coffee. Keys in, doors unlocked, exhaust puffing into the cold. It's only a minute, maybe two. The cabin will be toasty by the time you come back. But that tiny window of convenience creates a perfect setup that most people don't think twice about. Two quiet risks stack up the moment you walk away. First, the easy theft. A running car with keys inside is the lowest effort score on any street. Second, the silent gas that can seep from your garage into the rest of your home without you ever smelling a thing. Both happen fast, and both turn a simple warm-up into a problem you didn't plan for. Let's start with the theft side. Opportunistic thieves aren't hunting for high-tech break-ins. They're scanning for unlocked running vehicles. Neighborhoods see the same warm-up theft pattern every winter. Early mornings, driveways lined with idling cars, owners stepping inside for just long enough. A passerby notices the exhaust, checks the handle, and they're gone in seconds. Even if you think, I can see the car from the kitchen, the risk window is still open. Some areas even treat leaving keys in an unattended idling car as an offense, and in certain places, owners can be viewed as partly responsible if something goes wrong after the vehicle is taken. Now the gas. Health guidance is clear. Never idle in enclosed or semi-enclosed spaces because of carbon monoxide. CO is colorless and odorless, formed by incomplete combustion, and it binds to hemoglobin in your blood far more readily than oxygen does. That reduces how much oxygen reaches your brain and organs. Early symptoms can feel like a headache or dizziness, which most people dismiss as fatigue. In higher doses, it becomes life-threatening. The hazard isn't abstract. Even a few minutes in the wrong conditions can create dangerous concentrations. People often crack the garage door and think the airflow solves it. It doesn't. Cold air outside causes exhaust to hang low. With the engine running, the fumes collect near the floor and can drift under interior doors or through tiny gaps in framing. If your home has a door to the garage that isn't perfectly sealed, those gases can move into living spaces. Forced air heating systems and shared air pathways make the spread worse. The car warms slowly while the fumes pool far faster than you expect. There's a broader cost too. Public health messaging points out that short idles still produce a surprising amount of emissions. A rough guide often used. About 10 minutes of idling equals around a pound of CO2. Multiply that by hundreds of cars on a cold morning, and you can see why communities push anti-idling campaigns. Tailpipes, even at idle, still emit pollutants tied to asthma and heart issues, which is why schools and medical groups keep telling drivers to shut it down when parked. Lawmakers notice the pattern. Some regions now set strict limits, like around 60 seconds when parked, with fines that escalate for repeated offenses and carve-outs for traffic or extreme conditions. It's not just climate policy. The rules also reflect safety and health risks tied to leaving vehicles running unattended. So yes, that deadly gas is carbon monoxide, and that quiet car in your driveway is an easy mark. Convenience becomes liability in minutes. Next, we'll look at how those bylaws work where you live and walk through a simple step-by-step warm-up plan that keeps you comfortable without idling away your safety or your money. What if your morning idle could earn a ticket and your engine hates it anyway? Many cities now treat idling as more than a bad habit. They've put time limits on it. One example sets a strict 1-minute cap when parked, and enforcement starts with a warning before escalating to a fine. The rules carve out common-sense exceptions: being stuck in traffic, vehicles that shut off automatically at stops, and zero-emissions cars. But the takeaway is simple. If you're parked and running past a brief window, you can be on the hook. It's complaint-driven in many places, which means neighbors, schools, or businesses can report repeat offenders, and the penalty goes to the person behind the wheel or the plate that keeps showing up at the same spot. Here's where habit collides with technology. The older advice said, warm it up for a while. Modern engines don't need that. Fuel injection meters the air-fuel mix on the fly based on temperature and sensor feedback. That precision gets the engine running cleanly without babysitting the throttle. The longer it sits, the longer it stays in a richer mixture, which wastes fuel and delays the point where everything reaches an efficient operating temperature. So the old routine works against the way newer systems are designed to run. Idling also slows the very warm-up you want. Your engine heats up most efficiently when it's doing light work, not sitting still. Gentle driving adds load, which brings coolant and oil temps up more quickly. Leave it idling too long and you invite another issue: excess fuel washdown. That unburned fuel can slip past the rings and dilute the oil film. Thinner oil protects less, especially during cold starts when bearings need strong lubrication. Meanwhile, the catalytic converter and emissions gear take longer to light off at idle, so you breathe more exhaust for longer without getting any real benefit inside the cabin. A practical rule works across most modern gas engines: about 30 seconds. Then drive lightly until the temp gauge climbs. When it's below freezing, a block heater changes the game. Plug it in with a simple timer for a couple of hours before you leave, and the oil and coolant start warmer, which cuts wear, shortens that cold start phase, and makes heat available in the cabin sooner. You'll need an outdoor-rated cord and a safe outlet, but the setup pays back in smoother starts and less fuel burnt just to sit still. Communities didn't pass these bylaws in a vacuum. Fines show up most around schools and dense neighborhoods, where people worry about air quality and kids walking past tailpipes. Enforcement often ramps up in winter because that's when complaints spike. The message is consistent: if you're parked, shut it down unless there's an exception. It reduces emissions, noise, and those early morning clouds of exhaust that hang over the block. Now about the restart myth. Modern starters and ignition systems handle frequent restarts well, and vehicles with start-stop technology prove it thousands of times over their life. The weak link isn't the crank itself, it's battery health. If your battery and charging system are solid, short shutoffs and restarts won't hurt. Keep the battery maintained, especially before winter, and you remove the main concern drivers raise when they say idling is easier on the car. So here's the easy swap that cuts emissions and avoids tickets while warming you faster. 2 minutes, start to finish. Use a block heater on a timer in deep cold. If you drive an EV or hybrid, precondition while plugged in. Start the engine, run front and rear defoggers. Scrape every window and mirror and brush the lights. Add a reflective sunshade as a thermal barrier overnight. Then roll out gently. You've gained warmth, saved fuel, and stayed on the right side of the rules. Now make it your default routine this week to sidestep theft, fines, and fumes. Idling swaps a few minutes of comfort for real risk. You expose your car to theft, your home to bad air, and your wallet to fines, while modern engines actually warm quicker with light driving. So change the habit this week. Start the car, clear every window, drive easy, and use a block heater or EV preconditioning when it's cold. If you expect to wait more than a minute outside traffic, shut it off. Skip long remote start sessions and scrape instead of relying on defrost alone. Keep your keys, your air, and your money. Don't let a warm car become your coldest mistake.